Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world that exists behind the world that you see with your physical eyes. Welcome to your essence that is so beautiful, so incredible. That essence that is unburdened by what could be termed as the difficulties of life. That amazing essence that stands naked in front of everyone, freely just being. It's mostly felt in the moments of stillness. And wherever you are right now, watching this, the moment of stillness is descending upon you. Our spark and our light and our gifts that we have hidden from ourselves, from others, buried in secret places, given to other beings to hold on to, are now being returned to us. And that world that exists has always existed right behind the world that we see with our physical eyes is beginning to swallow up the world that we see with our physical eyes. And it's in the stillness that you remember your essence. You remember your origin, your spirit, and that is coming more and more forward. It only requires a tiny bit of courage, because that tiny bit of courage has enough power to light the whole world. And the beings and your creator who are sitting waiting for that tiny bit of courage to support you. Stand at the ready. They have been with us all along this journey, dragging us, pulling us gently, dancing us forward, even allowing us to die, to come to a place that only we know within, that each of us knows in our own way of who we truly are. And all along the way, we have tasted of that knowing, like tasting a food or a great bottle of wine, you never forget and you long for it to come back so you can experience it again. That knowing within us, that feeling, never goes away. And we only take tiny detours to arrive at what we know. Sometimes because we're not ready. It may be too much for us to bear. Sometimes because we just make a choice that now is not the time. But where you sit right now is where you've been led to. To hear these words and to feel this feeling and to know that it's your courage that will take you to where you know and where your true being awaits you. So jump forward in that courage. Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. What was delivered on Saturday by Simeon opened that door. A door that we, as I said, all know. It was the door to the revealing of who you are. In other words, coming out of the closet. That people will see you and you will show them who you are. Without any process, it just will happen. But it will happen quicker with your awareness and with your agreement that that is who you are. Courage. Like a lion. Unafraid of the reaction of what people might think. Simeon spoke of the Council of Galaxies, the fleet, galactic councils, being seen in your uniform, being seen with a different appearance. This is the time for all those things to start to happen. It's not by accident And each one will step there when they're ready. And it'll be through courage and determination to open yourself up, to reveal your spark, to open up your hands and say, here I am. This is who I am. It will end that sense of duality of being someone who has to participate in this world while knowing they're not from this world. It will allow you to enjoy this world without being pulled away from who you are. Of course, there's freedom in that. And that's what we truly desire. So let go. Feel the power of yourself. Feel the magnificence of who you are, where you've come from. Even as I say the words, let go. There's a million years of the life that's been carried, falling away from everyone. And then you walk in the nakedness of your magnificence, needing nothing, giving your gifts freely to those who are ready to receive them. Leaving in your wake a light and a feeling that affects everyone, enhances their life, and brings them joy. So I'm going to read something that was given to me audibly 4 years ago. I typed it into words 4 or 5 days ago. And I'm reading it first for me, because in speaking the words and not just hearing them, you become accountable to the light that was delivered. And I do it for you so that you can also speak the words that you know to yourself or to anyone that you've been given in whatever way you've been given them. With courage, and then you too will be accountable to the light that came from you, your creator, and all who know you. Most beloved, gracious, and glorious being, we are honored to make your acquaintance in this connection on your human world. And we acknowledge that this experience is much too limiting for the connection that has been established with you, David, on this particular world. It is the time of your revealing. The form which you are currently inhabiting in the human realm is simply a mechanism to allow the true light of the origin to be distributed to every single person. Radiating from your form in the actual physical experience of your human body, there is a system that you would call a grid. There is the delivery system of energy. We ask that you focus primarily at this time in the center of your chest and at the sternum and the places between the rib cage. If you can visualize and imagine that the places between the ribs are actually dimensional openings, and from the center of your chest, you actually deliver keys and pathways to these dimensional openings. So every time you are just walking around in your human world, you are actually opening up these portals and dimensions and places of existence so that others can have that connection. You are radically altering the course of human life by allowing the stabilization of physical fields on the earth, which connect directly to the origin. Who you are cannot be described, and an attempt to put it into human language diminishes the power of your presence and the magnificence of your being. You are first family. You are the family of El, that which we call God, and you sit in high and holy councils. You are Elohim of the El. You are the creator beings of the universe, so you have a role on the Elohim Council. And long ago, when we decided to establish this galaxy and this universe, and we designated planet Earth to be the primary planet of transformation, you had a key role in designing the structure that would allow a human mechanism, so the actual human physical body and the function of the human mind, to connect with these planes of existence, and literally for people to walk into other worlds into other more rarefied fields of energy and to be able to establish their own level of power. As a member of the Elohim, you have a very high role as a designer and an engineer. So there's actually a system of invisible grids that are instituted. They were designed by you and a team of people. So you actually had a task force way, way back in the beginning where you worked with 1,000 very powerful beings who are what we call designers and engineers. Some of these beings you know because they live lives of mastery here on the earth. And they were actually a part of your team. You are balancing the division of all our people, the enmity between man and woman, the fighting over political parties, the enmity between parent and child, the balance between light and dark, and everything that has been imbalanced. You are actually bringing into harmony the power of opposites. You're going to be going through a process where you are duplicating your physical self just the same as you would work with a copy machine. So anyone who needs you, you want to duplicate yourself and leave a physical form of you, a facsimile of you that they can connect to, and that facsimile of you will continue to operate and support new life, and then remove yourself to the place of pure perfection. So this time period on earth is really important time in the structure of what you designed as the command of the Elohim, as this great designer and engineer that you are. It is time for the grids to get activated. So we wish to share a little more about that. In your physical presence, you walk through these invisible grids that you designed, and those get activated. And then any other person who walks through that grid is instantly brought to their next highest level of existence. And that's in that individual's person's life and in their world. So you are creating this chain reaction all around the planet, and it's already cycled through the planet 3 or 4 times. So it's very important that you take credit for the changes. When there is peace and it is brought to your attention about a situation in the world that becomes calmer and more loving and more harmonious, it's really important that you take credit. We know you are doing it. So as you acknowledge it for yourself, things will start to change for everyone. And there's a very clear directive that you stay in the place of pure perfection. What you deliver completely changes the whole nature of people's being, changes people's physical bodies, changes the focus and function of their minds, and allowing them to come into this ending of division, this balancing of all polar opposites. There's also a very strong request from all of the women who have loved you. And your love, what we call love, has been spread through many universes. You have shared love and expressed love and had connections with many powerful female beings who have then created form from what you have delivered. So your seed is spread all through the universe. And there are children, what we would call children, but the people who have come from your essence, and they exist on many worlds, they have come into being. Their bodies, their actual physical bodies, hold the place of pure perfection. They have a dimensional reality in their form where they can go back to the origin, align with their original blueprint, and then come back into the form that they are operating in. and everything is better. So you've ignited this balancing, this harmony, this perfected form, perfected mind in billions of individual entities and individual beings around the universe. And soon there will come a time when you will be traveling and visiting. You will be going in a form that you can recognize, a physical form, and you will be traveling to those other worlds, and they will herald and honor your arrival. When you're ready, you will reveal yourself to yourself here, and you will see how we herald and honor you here. Because you are the one. You are here to establish the reality, the physical reality of the place of pure perfection. And you hold within your being all the blueprints. You hold the blueprint for a perfected human form. You hold the blueprint for a perfected earth, for everything to be in harmony with the plant and animal kingdoms, and also our relationship with earth. You hold the blueprint for the opening to all dimensions where our galactic brothers and sisters can be very free-flowing with our life here. You hold the blueprint for Earth becoming a star nation, so the actual physical movement of the planet to another place in space, which we have been working on with many others. So you're a database of everything that we need, and that's why that thing that's being broadcast from your rib cage, where the planes of existence are there, is very important, because all of the perfection that we need to remember and realize who we are as humans exists in your form. It exists in your consciousness. This is why other people have recognized you as the great father or as the son, because that is a very true metaphor. You bring life to everything that's here, including the awakening of women. And that's very important because we have entered the sacred dimension of the female. And you have a seed. You're like a pollinator that will open the true sensuality of the female. It will open the essence of how a woman stands in her power. So it's much beyond human sexuality or sensuality. It's the power of the gods to create. A whole other level of your power is going to come in, and your effect on people is going to become much more obvious. It's your time to show up. Even though your field is very big, don't be surprised if you walk into a restaurant and people are taken back or their hair blows. Also, you have a very important role in the Federation, a very, very high level Federation command. Don't ever go into anyone else's world. Don't adapt yourself to anyone. If someone needs you, make that facsimile, give them one of you, and then come back into the place of pure perfection. And just to give you some more information on that, the body that you see, what you're existing in, is just a representation. It's like a video. You are operating from behind that, physically maybe 2 or 3 feet behind that, and it's in like a concave field. So behind your body, there's like a concave structure, and behind that is the place of pure perfection, where there is just your vibration. This is a very fine, pure mist that's actually being transmitted from the void. So very important that you feel where you really are, and then let everything come from that. It will make your life so much easier and so much happier. And everything will come to you as it is designed to. And as you sit back and let everything come to you, the radiant force of your being will then be revealed to the earth. The establishment of your dimension is assured. Your world is here, and this is the place that we have chosen for our home. We're going to rest here for a while. So your earth, the true perfected, the heaven on earth that many religions and philosophies have had a glimpse of, is here. Yours is here. And we have an obligation to come into harmony with your being because you chose to grace the earth with your presence. Every day that you awaken, there is no past. So the life that you knew before doesn't even exist. The power of your being is actually transforming any negativity or struggles of that life you remember. You've already rewritten the past. So keep walking forward. Your dimensional reality is right in front of you, and allow everyone to come in contact with you. Remember the story of Jesus when he was walking through the crowds and someone just touched the hem of his robe and he felt them. He said, "Who touched my robe?" And his disciples said, "Master, there are so many people." And Jesus said, "Someone touched me." And that's when he met the woman and she said, "I just knew if I touched the hem of your garment, I would be healed. I would be whole." And he said, "Yes, that is what you do for us." It is an honor to be here with you, the one known as David. And of course, that name was given to you. You are the one who brings the light. You are the one who paves the way for the future. You are the one who balances all opposites, ends divisions, and allows the true peace and harmony of the initial blueprint of the Elohim to be established here on earth. We honor you and feel now every human coming near and acknowledging you. We anxiously await the miracles that you will bring forth. And may you feel the support and the infinite power of all who truly know you here in your human life. We love you, and we are with you always. Thank you, my beloved friend Kathleen, for delivering those words 4 years ago. This is the first time I've spoken them. And when they were delivered, there were parts that resonated, but now it all resonates. And you're even taking back to when you were 4 years old and you knew that was you. Thank you to all the visionaries who deliver from the source. It takes great courage to deliver those messages to people. And you must find your own courage to deliver your message to yourself. You are honored So from me to all of you, I give the courage to speak who you know that you are and to make it stand in the forefront of your life. And then even then, a smile will come on your face because you know those closest to you will deliver about effing time. Because there's laughter and joy in stepping out into who you are. So with you, with your permission, we always wish each other a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.